Hey gang, what's going on? James here, and welcome to Fan Theories. God, I gotta think of a better title. This is where I give you my own opinion and my own theories as to the meanings behind some of my favorite movies. Now, keep in mind, these are my own personal opinions and theories. None of this is set in stone. Now, if you feel that I may have passed over something or you have a theory of your own, please feel free to leave it in the comments section just below. So today we're going to be talking about the movie Predator and the sequels that followed. So in the first Predator movie, a group of soldiers led by Arnold Schwarzenegger gets sent to Central America to carry out a mission. And down there, they come across the title character that begins to hunt them and picks them off one by one. Now, one of the common debates and the most theorized is that Predator borrows heavily from the classic story of Beowulf. Now, in the story Beowulf, a group of warriors are sent to take out a creature that is otherworldly. And while fighting it, they soon discover that their man-made weapons are no match for him, and they have to resort to a more barbaric ways of killing it. Drink break. Okay. And that's really the same with Predator. Now, this group of soldiers, their man-made weapons are no match for it. So, after all the soldiers are picked off one by one, Arnold Schwarzenegger is left with going to a more barbaric means of trying to kill this creature. Now, another aspect of Predator is... how do I say this? I really think this is Schwarzenegger's finest performance. I know it's a really odd thing to say, but Arnold Schwarzenegger in this really reminds me of Charlton Heston. Now, during this time, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the pinnacle of action stars. He was the top. He was the best action star of the time. You know, he was Hercules, the Terminator. And what this movie does is it takes this top action star and he brings him down to a earthly level. He is beat up, he is thrown around, essentially pretty much is almost killed at the end. Now the reason it reminds me of Charlton Heston is because that's what happened to Charlton Heston in Planet of the Apes. When Planet of the Apes came out, Charlton Heston was this larger-than-life star. He was Ben-Hur, Moses in the Ten Commandments. He portrayed these larger-than-life characters. And in Planet of the Apes, he's running around, he's pretty much naked throughout the whole movie, and he's running around having stones and food thrown at him, running around barefoot through the desert, being hauled after in nets. He is beat up just the same. So Predator really makes Arnold Schwarzenegger more human and more relatable. There's this other aspect of that in the end, Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't really win. He fights the Predator as best he could. The only reason the Predator dies is because of a flaw in his trap. You know, he doesn't deliver the final blow. He doesn't witty remark to say right before he kills the creature. He essentially wins by a mistake. So I always thought that was really interesting. This big action star doesn't save the day. And something else that's always fascinated me about the movie, its use of colors. In particular, the color red. Now, the movie takes place in the jungle, and these are military soldiers, so they're in camouflage. So the color red isn't something you would normally see in camouflage in the jungle. But red is used quite a bit. I think that the color red symbolizes strength and weakness in the movie. At the very beginning of the movie, when Arnold Schwarzenegger is in the helicopter and he lands at the base, he is wearing a red shirt. And at this point, he really personifies the big action hero. The big, muscular, square jaw. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna save the day. Now the next time you see him, he is in the helicopter with his men with a red light on in the cabin. And while he's in there, him and his men are joking around. There's a lot of male camaraderie going on in the helicopter. And that is another sign of strength The next time you start seeing red is when people die. Hawkins is killed, when Blaine is killed, Mac is killed, when Dylan is killed, when Billy slashes his chest as a sign that he's not afraid of the Predator. That's the weakness. That's showing his strength, that he's not afraid. But essentially, he ends up dying. Poncho at one point even has a scar on his face that is bleeding, and you can see it pretty clearly. So the color red really starts off with strength and starts going down this slope more towards weakness. Now, the next time you see Arnold Schwarzenegger in red, it is through the Predator's vision. So Arnold is red through the Predator's eyes. That is him at his weakest state. Has no weapons, has no camouflage. He is essentially naked, running around trying to survive this thing. So I always thought that was an interesting aspect of Predator, is its storytelling and its use of the color red. So by the time we get to Predator 2, the color red theory kind of goes out the window because red is everywhere. And Predator 2 really doesn't offer anything new in terms of plot, but it does offer a lot of stuff to the mythology of the Predator. One is it established that they are a race of hunters. Really hammers on that they are honorable hunters, and they don't just kill for pleasure. You know, they don't kill anybody who's not armed, and they don't kill women if they are pregnant. So that's really what Predator 2 offers us. So after Predator 2, we didn't have a Predator sequel until 2004 when Alien vs. Predator came out. Alien vs. Predator is really weird for me because even though I think it's canon for Predator, I don't think it's canon for Alien. Unless, of course, Predator has some kind of time traveling capabilities. Hashtag movie idea. But again, in terms of the mythology, it doesn't really add anything new. Except one point, which I will get onto a little bit. And then Alien vs. Predator Requiem is just kind of all over the place. Really dogged on by critics and fans alike. It does kind of fit into my overall theory, and again, I'll get to that in a little bit. So then Predators came out. Really what it gave us in terms of the mythology is that there were two warring tribes. And I always got a sense that one of the tribes was the classic Predator that we saw in Predator 1 and Predator 2. That was the honorable hunter. And the other tribe was more sociopathic, was more killing for pleasure and not for the hunt. Something interesting about the Predator hounds in it, though, I never understood those. I don't think they are from the same planet as Predators. And here's why. Their blood is red. Now I know what you're gonna say. Oh, a predator is a different species than the predator dog. But just like a dog is a different species than a human, our blood is still red. See what I'm saying? Predator hounds used in Predators have different colored blood than the predators. So I don't think that those hounds were from the same planet as the predators. So now here we are with the Predator getting ready to come out, and from the trailers and the clips that I've seen, I'm not really too sure what to make of it all. The official synopsis says that a young boy comes across Predator artifacts and triggers the arrival of the Predators, and the only ones who can take them out are a ragtag group and a science teacher. Like, I don't know. And another key kicker is that the Predators have been enhancing themselves by splicing DNA of theirs with other dangerous creatures from across the galaxy. I don't know. Looks like somebody saw Jurassic World one too many times. I guess I'll just save my judgment for when it comes out. I have one final thought on the Predators, and it's something I've kind of thought for a while. And I've always questioned, why do the Predators come to Earth? Obviously, it's to hunt humans and gain them as trophies. But I started thinking there's got to be more to it than that. And if you think about all the Predator movies, we have seen more Predators die on planet Earth than on any other planet. So why would they come here if they know almost everyone who's come here has died? So I started thinking about it, and I started thinking about tribes and clans in ancient civilizations. I think the predators think that Earth is the most dangerous hunting ground, and you go there to prove your worth to the clan. So let me ask you, why? I started looking up tribes, clans, and ancient civilizations, and a lot of the leaders of those clans, tribes, and civilizations always had to do one final task before they could become leaders. And a lot of times that task was a dangerous one. So I think every predator we've seen come to Earth has been a potential leader for the clan on the predator homeworld. Now, case in point, Alien vs. Predator. I think they come here initially to hunt the alien as a rite of passage, then they go back, then they go to all these other planets to hunt other species, then their final task before they become leader is come to Earth. Now in the case of Alien vs. Predator Requiem, that predator is a kind of cleaner and goes to clean up the messes from the predators that they have left. And I think that is why that the predators have the self-destruct mechanism. I think they don't want other species knowing about them. I don't think it's so much that the predator is, oh, I lost, I'm dying. I think it's a, if I'm found, then my whole species is at risk. You know, it's the same with a hunter hunting a deer. You don't need the deer to know that you're there. You stalk silently, camouflaged. I think that's the deal with the predator, is the predator doesn't want anybody to know that it's out there until it finally. So there you go. There's my whole theory on the predator and the clan and the movies. Like I said, if you have any thoughts of your own, please comment below. Join me next time on Fan Theories. Bye guys.